that. And before I go any further, I am a fan of Michael Jordan, as many people are. And many people believe that he is the greatest player of all time. Many people believe that he walks on water. He's Black Jesus. He's this and he's that. He's a great player. And for a lot of people, me personally, he's the greatest player that I have ever seen. That doesn't make him the greatest player that has ever played. That's just my opinion.
Okay. So I'll give you an example of what I'm referring to. I actually don't have a problem with someone being a fan of him. Obviously, why would I, right? Someone says, hey, I think he's a great player. Hey,
Sure.
you know what? He's entertaining. Hey, you know what? He inspires me. You know what? He's a hero. I don't necessarily, I don't necessarily question those things. Although I may question why he's a hero to them. There's better heroes out there, but okay, fine. As a general rule, I don't really care about those things. But when they start saying things like, and I hope you don't take this in a negative way, but when they start saying things like, he's the best player I ever saw, it's that kind of thing that makes them a Michael Jordan fan that I question. No offense, you know.
No, there's none taken. And I think that when people say that, and I've been guilty of it before, depending on the individual that I'm having to debate with, it takes away from everybody who's come before Jordan, who's come before anybody else. Before there was a Jordan, there was a Julius. Before there was a Julius, there was
Connie Hawkins, Elgin Baylor. I'm a similar player. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No. I apologize.
No, you're fine. You didn't do anything wrong. You're fine.
There's so many great players that have played for 75 plus years in this league since it's merged from the NBL to the NBA over the course of the mergers in 76 with the ABA, etc. And to just bring it down and leave it to just a two-man debate on who the greatest is, I think is absolutely insane. It's ad nauseum to go over it. And it's always the same two guys at this point. Sometimes you'll hear somebody throwing a Kobe, but it's either LeBron or Jordan. Nobody talks about Havlicek. Nobody talks about Pettit. Nobody talks about Kuzi. Nobody talks about there are so many players that have come before Jordan and some of these obviously modern players. You got to give them the respect they need.
Right, and that's actually everything you're saying is most of the things you're saying is pretty much I'm agreeing with you. So that's why when someone does say he's the best I ever saw, that same thing is being done, except now it's not being done for all the players like you were saying, the past players, today's players. Now it's just being done for the players you saw, meaning when he played and after, or maybe some players you saw before Michael Jordan played. In other words, all the things you're questioning about what they're doing and how they're dismissing others, forgetting others, disrespecting others and all that, the same thing is being done if you were to say he's the best you ever saw. You know?
There's absolute truth in what you just said, and I understand exactly where you're going. Let me give you this example, and I think you'll understand what I'm saying. Pete Maravich held the all-time scoring record for the NCAA for 1,000,000 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until Caitlin Clark broke that record. But there's one variable that nobody ever likes to discuss. Pete Maravich broke or held that record for so long, and he made that record happen without the use of a three-point line.